Hello, everyone. Welcome to part 2 of my Memorial Day haul. I have a special guest with me.
Yeah, guess
My
who's
favorite
here?
special guest.
QD. I
QD,
haven't been
cracking
on a
back.
video in a while. You'll probably notice how tall I am, and you'll probably want to ask me about school in the comments.
Yes, she loves it when people ask her about school.
Well, that's what all my relatives do.
Just ask her about Supergirl.
Yeah.
So, the theme of
Supergirl's
this
much more
haul
interesting.
is the Superman family, which of course isn't, except for Supergirl, isn't really a family of related people by blood, but they are related
Well,
by Metropolis or something.
they're sort of related by that they keep somehow running into each other, even though Metropolis has like something million people in it.
Right. So, shall we dive into the comics?
Okay.
I've got a lot to show you, or we've got a lot to show you. First off, I got a bunch of Superman himself.
Of course.
Oh, this microphone's kind of in the way. I'm going to move it over a little bit. So here we have Superman. What is he doing? Trading places. Lex Luthor Kent as Clark Kent's brother. I wonder if that's an imaginary story.
Yeah, it says that it's an imaginary
Oh, I didn't
story.
even see where it said that. Oh, it's not an imaginary story, it's an imaginary novel.
But it isn't even a novel. It's like 30 pages.
And
If not
I
even
guess
that.
he helps, Lex Luthor helps Clark keep Lois in the dark.
Look at the back of this. Build big
Do you want to send away for a little Frankenstein?
Build Big Frankie.
Build Big
That's
Frankie.
the most interesting part. Do you want to build him?
No, but maybe you do. Then we've got Superman 176 featuring Superman's Day of Truth.
Wait, what?
There's a lot of glare.
My secret
I like the way they
identity
draw Lois.
is. I like how her like.
Who will it end up
thumbs-
being? Do you think he really will give away his secret identity
No,
to the
he's
world?
not. This is like one of those covers in the Silver Age, or even sometimes now they have these kind of covers where it's totally false.
And here, super exciting, a 80-page giant. What is this? Superman number 183. And he's showing off all his recent adventures. Oh, this is the kind of Superman you like because he's got that barrel-shaped body.
He has like he feels like one of those guys that's muscular but also quite plump. Like he's put on a lot of weight, but he's also muscular.
And here is...
This is a bit later on, I think.
Well,
from.
It's a little bit later on. It's Superman 210, and what was that, 183? So yeah, maybe a year or two later.
Yeah, I
But
think that
it's-
art styles changed.
It's Neil
somewhat.
Adams, who had a very realistic art style.
Oh, that's why he looks like
So it's
like
always
a
weird
barrel.
to get it with this sleek, muscular Superman and then find the barrel Superman still inside. That's a very cool cover. Clark Kent's phony death. You might think that Superman and Clark Kent are like the biggest liars in the world from some of these stories.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, this is also a Neil Adams cover featuring Metallo and Zavam. We've read about Zavam in our Superman encyclopedia, but we've never read a Zavam story.
An issue about Zavam. I wanted to read that. Also,
Yeah.
why are these people look like green kryptonite
Well,
ghosts?
that's their version of Metallo. I don't know why they look like ghosts, but they're
Why
kind
do
of
they look
glowing
like
green with
kryptonite ghosts?
I don't know. It says
Ooh, I'm
the
a-
ghosts that haunted Superman. They're like
Ooh, I'm a
kryptonite-infused ghosts.
ghost.
Superman looks very scared in that picture. Okay. Now this is an issue you're gonna like because one of our big interests is Krypton, the planet itself, right? And this issue is Krypton lives in these mighty tales. Another one of the 25-cent giants. I actually kind of love that cover.
No, it was actually for more than 25 cents.
Yeah, but not a whole lot more. The amazing thing, I did the math on all these comics. I on average paid $3 per comic. And here's a fun one: Superman racing the devil.
The devil?
Yes.
Well, the devil is magical
The
power.
the answer is in the Devil's Harp. It's number 235. It looks like it's probably from about 1970. 69, 70.
Again.
I think that might be
see
Neil Adams.
The sleek, muscular Superman on the cover. You open it up.
Here, let's open it up
that
and
it
see.
See if he looks like a barrel.
He might, by 1970, he might be a little less barrel-like. But let's see.
Yeah, but like it might still be that similar art style.
No, the first page does not feature Superman.
Look,
What do you say?
He looks a bit barrel-like.
Yeah, this is Kurt Swan artwork on the inside. It looks
He
really
a
nice
bit
to me.
barrel-like.
Although as a kid, I hated Kurt Swan. Now I love Kurt Swan.
I like Kurt Swan.
Let's see, though. There's no like big picture of Superman straight on. So anyway, looks pretty exciting. It seems pretty crazy that Superman would fight the devil. I wonder if it really turns out to be the devil at the end. But I won't peek to the last page to see.
Yeah, anyway, the last page. Why do I feel like that they often wrap things up like just on the last page or last 2 pages?
That's the way old comics did. They wrapped up really quickly. Okay, now on to something else. Literally the Superman family comic, which was always a giant-sized comic.
Oh.
And always had multiple stories, but I don't think they're reprints. I think they're all
Can
new.
I say something?
Yeah.
So, at one of the time, the Supergirl logo looked like this, and I think it was inspired by Superman family.
Ah,
Because
okay.
the Supergirl logo looked sort of like that sometime in, like, the later 70s.
And this might be the late 70s. It's hard to say. Or it might be the early 80s even. I'm not sure.
Guys.
So this has, I think these often have like a alternate world where Superman and Lois really did get married.
I'm just going to grab the pad and do something. So, guys, you might think it's almost over, but we still have this huge pile of comic books to get through.
Right, we got it.
Hope-
The prices were so good, we got a huge pile.
Hope it is worth the wait.
So this one is $175. You want to hand me the next one, or shall I take the pile back?
The funny thing is
Here
that
is
we were looking for
176. Superman
Supergirl.
versus a giant guitar.
The
What were we going to say about we were
The
looking
funny
for
thing is that
Supergirl?
we were looking for Supergirl stories, but there are no actual Supergirl comics in this stack.
Right, but there's a lot of Supergirl stories in the Superman.
And
family.
this one is Supergirl Presents. That should be a whole
Right,
series.
some of these issues are presented by Supergirl, some by Jimmy Olsen, some by Lois Lane.
What about if they were...
This is number 177. And here we have 207. That looks like a devil type of character again. I'm having trouble.
What if there was an
seeing it.
issue where
I'm
both
blocking your
Supergirl
face now.
and Jimmy Olsen presented it?
Oh no, this isn't a devil. This is some guy named Universo. Oh, and the cover is signed by Andrew and Giordano.
Oh, here is this Daily Planet.
I'm gonna grab back this stack. It's moving too
Okay.
far away from me.
Ah,
Can you hand it to me? Oh,
okay.
everything was in order there, so if you could try to retain that order.
It just slipped. It didn't get out of order.
Okay. Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm just gonna grab it.
Short intermission.
I'm
guys.
bossy. That's what a dad gets to do.
probably
Issue
be somebody
214.
who is-
This is a pretty cool cover with Supergirl getting zapped by some red ray from Lex Luthor. A very demented looking Lex Luthor.
I'm gonna say that I mean, maybe this doesn't apply for
Bags are
this
wrinkly.
issue, but can I tell you a problem that I have in general with Superman family stories? So when they get weakened because there is something that gives off like red sun radiation, even though the yellow sun is still right there, shining up in the sky as usual.
Right,
like,
they get
minding its
instantly
own
weakened the
business.
moment red sunlight.
You know.
Here's one with Superman getting smacked around by someone named the Man of Metal. The Man of Steel versus the Man of Metal. And
Steel is
here's
the
one of your
kind
favorite
of
pictures
metal.
there of Superman breaking chains.
I love him breaking chains.
She loves
He
to make
loves to
fun of
show
him
off.
showing off.
Oh, now you will want to build your own house.
The ads in the back are very entertaining. Who wouldn't want to build
You have
their
to
own
buy
house?
it now.
There's
No.
Supergirl fighting some very dumb-looking
Yeah, these-
winged
These
bird
look like
creatures.
the dumbest villains ever, and the most interesting part.
Here's Supergirl versus the Master Jailer.
Oh yes.
This is issue 219. It's getting thinner as time goes by.
You get to see this ad again. Aren't you thrilled?
You come
Aren't
here for the
you
ads,
thrilled?
and you end up loving the covers. Here's 220. Supergirl again versus the Master Jailer.
I think this is a continuation
It
of
must
the
be.
previous story.
I've never heard of the Master Jailer. He's obviously
I saw his name somewhere.
in the Superman Encyclopedia, maybe.
Yeah. We should do a
I'm very
video on that.
frustrated. On the Superman Encyclopedia. We should. We've been reading just about every page of his gigantic Superman Encyclopedia.
We should do a video on it.
Okay, maybe we will. Next up, our Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. This is number 62, a 3-part novel complete in this issue.
By the way, we are not sponsored by the Superman Encyclopedia or anything
We
like
might
that.
as well
So don't get the wrong idea.
Will Senator Lois Lane or the Senator of... Will it be Senator Lois Lane or the Senator of Steel? There's never been an election like this. Politics. We better watch out. That's a good cover.
Yes!
I like it a lot.
Politics!
Um,
That sounds like a whole bunch of ticks.
I wonder if the
That are
cover's by Kurt
politics.
Schaffenberger, but I don't know for sure. Here's another one of those Neil Adams covers. It's funny that they even had Neil Adams do Lois Lane covers. She's in a motorcycle race. Superman's looking kind of worried about it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if it's really that good of art on the inside.
Okay, you could open it. Here, let me open it.
Is it
Because
gonna
I've
be
had
the?
accidents with this tape.
Is it gonna be the barrel
Even
Superman
though these were cheap,
or
I hate to ruin an
the
old comic.
bodybuilder Superman, as I like to call him? Hum.
Oh, looks like the barrel Superman.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
the
say.
barrel Superman.
Very different than the cover. This has a
Superman,
nice
you-
old comic book smell.
I love that old comic book smell. If you love that old comic book smell, make sure to thumb up this video.
Maybe Lois should wear old comic book smell.
Oh, yes.
Cologne. Not cologne. Perfume. Cologne's for men.
Maybe
Very
Superman
different
should wear
from
old
perfume.
comic book smell cologne.
Here, this might be Neil Adams too. Here's Lois Lane in jail, featuring Lois Lane convict.
I know
I
it's
like
not
that
going
cover,
to turn
too.
out like that. Okay?
That's a very cool cover.
Is it actually the barrel Superman? Probably.
Probably.
is.
Officer, I give you my word of honor. This girl is a dangerous criminal, and she must be in prison
That is
for
so
life.
dangerous.
Superman, you're not a very good boyfriend. And here is Lois Lane number 86. It's a 80-page giant,
I have to.
which is all about schemes to get married to Superman. Because the only way to get married as a woman in the 50s and 60s was to have a scheme.
That looks like
I don't know if your
Supergirl
mom had a scheme to
getting
get
married to Superman.
Right. It says she adopts a secret
Done.
identity of her own. She even makes a deal with the devil.
Done.
There's a lot of devil stuff.
Yeah,
in
there's a lot of
Superman.
devil.
I didn't realize.
dealing.
And here is Lois. This is Lois Lane number 88. Someone wrote an L on the cover. But Lois Lane is going to get an eye transplant with the eyes of a murderer. Very cool. That almost looks like a Neil Adams cover too. I can't believe how many Neil Adams covers there are here. And ooh, can you? Oh, this one you can't tell what Lois and Lana are
I think
saying.
they-
You have to guess. This is Lois Lane number 96, probably circa 1970, I would say. Look at the groovy clothing. Lois Lane 104, another giant one. DC Giant G75, Lois Lane. Maybe it's the 75th Giant that they've done at this point. This is Lois's Greatest Scoops. That actually sounds pretty fun. They don't focus a whole lot on Lois Lane Reporter in these things. Superman Enslaved on Amazon Island. Superman in Showdown Duel with Supervillains. I Saw Atlantis Sink. Superman's powers transferred to Girl Reporter.
That sounds
I wonder
like an
who the Girl
interesting
Reporter
issue.
is.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's Cat Grant.
Cat Grant, I'm sure.
Wouldn't that be a fun story, though? Right?
And My Death by Lois Lane. This is from the 25-cent 1971 period.
Wouldn't it be an interesting story if Superman's powers
I'm sure she really dies.
got transferred to Cat Grant? Or Supergirls if we were maybe talking about the Supergirl TV show. That'd be a good episode, right?
Right. Okay, so Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen is up next. Number 80.
My
With
pal.
a bizarro Jimmy Olsen. Do you have any pals?
Yeah, you sleepy
Me.
reader.
Uh-huh. Do your friends at school call each other
Mm-hmm.
pals?
No.
No. Strange
was
that they
like-
don't do that.
That's like 70-year-old
Oh,
slang.
more demons. Or devils. The demons from Pandora's box.
Oh, great.
I guess
Now
they're
we're
not really
bringing
devils, they're demons,
Greek
but-
mythology.
Right. And there's, is that Jimmy with Lana? I'm not sure.
I think that
Didn't
might be...
Jimmy liked Lucy Lane, but I don't know if Lucy Lane, I thought Lucy Lane had black hair, or the blue hair that pretends to be black hair. Anyway, that's a really fun cover. Number 81.
Like,
And here's number 84. This cover's kind of a mess, but Jimmy Olsen Monster Movie. So that should be fun.
what
Jimmy
is that
Olsen directing.
monkey doing?
Shooting kryptonite eye beams
Like,
at Superman.
Monkeys
As
see
giant monkeys often do.
Monkeys see monkeys shoot kryptonite beams out of their eyes.
Here's Jimmy Olsen number 87, where he executes Superman in the Arena of Doom with Brainiac and Lex Luthor and some other, must be some Kryptonian villains. And it also looks like Saturn Girl. What's Saturn Girl got against Superman? Huh.
Why did the
Strange.
whole arena thing just remind me of the Hunger Games?
Do they have an arena in the Hunger Games?
Well,
And
that's what they
have
call like the place
death-
that they have to
Right.
fight in.
Yeah. So gladiators used to fight in arena before now we just have football in arenas and such.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's one
Which
we
is-
really are excited to find. Jimmy Olsen forms his
Oh,
own band that has a #1 hit called the Kryptonite Crawl. We read about this
The
in the encyclopedia.
Krypton.
The Krypton Crawl, sorry. And whenever they play, Superman can't stop dancing. He can't control himself. We only know this because we read about it in the encyclopedia.
I mean, if it was a number 26 hit, maybe then Superman wouldn't really be so upset about
And I
it.
think Superman's singing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Krypton.
Bouncier than the Beatles, more electrifying than Elvis. See Superman strut the Krypton Crawl. And what was their band called? I don't think it says on the cover, but you mentioned it earlier.
Oh, Jimmy Olsen and the Carrot Top Cut-Ups.
Jimmy Olsen and the Carrot Top Cut-Ups.
And there was some guy
You said
named
Mop
like
Top Cut-Ups, I
Rick
guess.
Rock
Rick Rock. Oh,
and
he
the
probably rocks
Rolling
really hard.
Romeo.
Here's Jimmy Olsen number 89, where Jimmy Olsen is like a secret agent, like the man from U.N.C.L.E. And Superman has to cry Uncle. Pretty funny. Jimmy Olsen number 94. Jimmy Olsen is replaced by a new best friend who looks like he has superpowers.
He looks like he's
Poor
some
Jimmy.
wrestler.
He does. He looks like a wrestler. You're right. And he's pulling on a chain. He's pulling on a chain and pulling a truck over Superman because Superman, of course, wants to show off to the crowd.
He wants to show off,
Look at me. I can't be hurt.
except by
Unless there's kryptonite on that truck, then he's in trouble.
It's probably a truck full of kryptonite. Hopefully it's a lead lined truck.
Number 96 with Go-Go Checks. Look out, world. Here comes Atlas Olsen. Talk about wrestling. That looks like he is in the wrestling ring. Atlas Olsen.
Atlas Olsen.
That's just his wrestling pen name. Nom de guerre, or whatever it's called.
And in this corner is Atlas Olsen.
Oh,
Haven't they
and
given the character's name
another Go-Go
Atlas?
Checks. Number 101.
Go-Go Check.
They call these checks at the top Go-Go Checks. And there was a period where DC was trying to be more hip for the young folk because they were all go-go. I don't know why the checks made it go-go. But that's
When was this?
So can Jimmy Olsen change history? Olsen's time trip to save Krypton.
When was
I
the
love this
Go-Go
cover.
Checks actually considered a cool thing?
Well, in a book I read, that apparently the kids did not think it was a cool thing, but DC was hoping they would. But now us collectors think it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I like the Go-Go Checks.
And I don't know if the book I read was right about that, but I guess
Wake me up.
DC was
before
beginning to
you
have trouble with its sales
Go-Go
around there.
Checks.
And here, I guess after the Go-Go Check period, number 110, and someone in a shop, this was probably a 12-cent comic, but they stuck a 15-cent sticker over the price. But Jimmy Olsen is trying to give Superman a haircut. But how can you cut his hair?
Well, he isn't actually cutting the hair yet.
But it says, how can Jimmy cut Superman's indestructible hair of steel?
Hair of steel.
And amazingly, Superman is reading this very issue while he gets his hair cut.
I imagine one of those bands really like.
Oh, one of those bands that thrashes their heads up
And
and
they're
down.
called Hair of Steel.
Hair of Steel. Why not? Yes.
Yeah, that's like the perfect band name. Like, why has nobody thought of that?
Maybe they have.
I mean, maybe.
Or at least a song called Hair of Steel. Hair of Metal, perhaps. Watch out, though. Don't throw your neck out. This is issue 113. It's the anti-Superman issue. It's shock-filled. Another 80-page giant.
How is it the anti? Well, it kind of fits. We had so many pro-Superman issues that now we have to have an anti-Superman issue.
Right. You can't be pro-Superman all the time. You got to look at both sides of the issue.
Yeah, the
You have to
pros
consider the pros
and the
and
cons of Superman. Why are you covering my face with a comic book?
I was just trying to make the
Okay.
cover more visible to the viewers. So anyway, it was a lot of fun to get all these Supermans.
I was not there.
I feel like maybe the prices have gone down on these.
Because like people don't seem to want
Other people are not cool and they don't realize that they should be getting old Supermans. And I don't know, I mean, maybe someday they'll collect this stuff in omnibuses and stuff, but I haven't seen any sign of that. So
Barrel
and
Superman
it costs so little.
is the best.
He is?
Superman.
Okay. Well, we should look for more barrel. If we
Because
get
he's
50
more
Superman, he really is a barrel.
Relatable.
Yes, because I'm a bit barrel shaped.
Yeah, he's more relatable to some of us that have put on a little bit more weight. He's more relatable to the public, unlike automatically muscly Superman.
Right. We're always wondering, how does Superman get so muscular when there's no weight that he can't lift without exercise? But the thing about barrel Superman is he has abs, and I don't.
I mean, you have abs somewhere.
Hidden
You have-
away in my fortress of tummitude.
Yeah. You.
So maybe on that on that note, we will say goodbye. Goodbye, Quacking Duck.